right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Manchester Community Library and the Vermont Small Business Development Center's Small Business Workshop. I'm Ray Stevens, the Information Technology and Instructional Librarian at the Manchester Community Library, and all of us are very excited to see you here today. We're going to be speaking to you and hopefully providing some useful information about managing your businesses in these times. I wanted to provide a couple of housekeeping items up front. The first is that this event was generously sponsored by a grant from the American Library Association, the Public Library Association, and Grow with Google. The second is that right now all of your microphones are muted. You are welcome to ask questions at any point using the chat function at the bottom of your screens. We're going to be collecting those questions up, and then at the end we're going to have a Q&A period. The final thing is that the workshop is being recorded today for those who are not able to make it, so that they'll be able to partake later on. It's going to be our faces and our presentation that appear on camera, and we won't publish the chat where you all will be asking questions or mention any names when Kristen reads the questions aloud for us. So none of you should be appearing on screen in the final video. And with that, I would like to introduce Nancy Shuttleworth from the Vermont Small Business Development Center, and she's going to take it away.
So, hi, I am Nancy Shuttleworth. I'm with the Vermont Small Business Development Center, and we are business advisors. We have advisors throughout the state. We offer low cost, or no cost rather, assistance to small business owners and entrepreneurs. And we also have a variety of workshops throughout the year. We also have business advisors throughout the state. Next slide. So this is I want to show you our homepage. We, of course, in this period of time are not meeting with clients in our offices, but we are fully virtual, and we can do Zoom calls, emails, whatever works for folks. Next slide. So just to give a little bit of an overall view of what we are seeing and what's been going on the last few months in the Vermont business landscape. Of course, there's loans and grants, which I'm sure you've all heard of. The PPP Payroll Protection Program is still open until August 8th. The Economic Injury Disaster Loan is still open. Vermont Economic Recovery Grants, as of July 17th, over 3,000 people have applied. They're open. A new program for sole proprietors. It's a block grant. It's actually a lottery program, and that there's a pre-submission process, which opened on Monday, and which will go through the 27th, which I believe is next Monday. There's also some sector-specific grants that are open, agriculture and healthcare. All of this information and more detailed information about all of this is on our website, the sbdc.org website, and also the Vermont Agency of Commerce has really great information as well. Great. So you can go to either of those and get detailed information about all of this information, about all of these grants and loans. Next slide, please. So additionally, in Vermont, what are we seeing here? And as business advisors, of course, what we're seeing is that most businesses have experienced some significant changes in their daily operations. There's no doubt about that. And people have had to really review their business models and think about how they're interacting with their customers. I mean, we're all customers, we've all experienced, we all have experiencing different things with dealing with businesses, and we're making purchases, and we want to do it in a safe and convenient manner. So business owners have really had to make changes and find new ways to deliver their products. it's been actually, for many, a great opportunity to take a critical look at how they've been doing business and implement new ways of operating and making changes that maybe they had been thinking about and wanted to do in the past, but now they really need to. So next slide. Okay, so it is all about change. The three areas that we work with clients, spend a lot of time on are marketing, operations, and financials. We're looking at marketing and saying, you know, are there new products or services that people maybe want to think about looking into? Is there new ways to add value to the existing products and services that they have? Possibly new customer segments that are out there that they can target. A new marketing plan, because this is really a new era that we are selling in. And you know, how are people reaching customers? You know, the old way of reaching customers may not work anymore, and so there's a whole new way. There's lots of opportunities to take advantage of social media, email marketing, and also a review of people's websites to see what can we do differently to attract people and really utilize the website. Our operations key is safety guidelines for employees and customers. And then, you know, are there more efficient or less expensive ways to deliver what people are doing? How can we improve customer service? Are people taking advantage of the skill set maybe that their employees have during this time? And also, as we move forward, does the business have the proper skill sets to transition into some new endeavors? And of course, also the financials is a very big area. You know, are the bookkeeping and accounting systems current? Can you easily access your financial reports? Do you understand your cash flow? Are you looking at these reports on a you know consistent basis? And how will any grants or loans maybe that you've received impact your financial situation in the long term? So these are the three areas that we are working with going forward with businesses. Next. So one of the tools that we have developed at the Vermont Small Business Development Center is the Recovery Roadmap. And this is a flow chart, a framework to help you sort of navigate, you know, going forward the next month, the next year. This flow chart right here, and by the way, all of this is on our website. It's free to use. You can work through it yourself. We can assist you with it. This flow chart is just the top of the iceberg here. And you can drill down further into it. So first you go through a series of checklists to assess your business, to find out, the current state of where you're at. And then you create assumptions based on 3 key areas: financial, safety, and marketing. And within each one of these key areas, it drills down. You can click on it on the website and it drills down and provides more resources and the implementation methods, how to do it, what to do, and as I said, additional resources. So it's a great tool to sort of, it's a roadmap to just, check out where you're going, where your business is going, and to consider those three areas, because they're the financial, the safety of your employees and customers, and your marketing are the critical areas that businesses need to look at as they restart and go forward. Next slide. So in going forward, again, you know, the roadmap, everything is on our website. There's checklists, there's templates. You can build out your projections. There's additional information right there on how to do it all. Reviewing, updating your website is crucial. It's the front door of your business. Things have changed, and what worked for your business maybe a few months ago on your website doesn't work anymore. I see websites all the time that have outdated information, and you know, people are also, you know, looking, as they always have, but are looking online even more now for information, and looking for before they even walk out the door. Should I call the place? Will they have it? Do they have curbside service? What's it going to be like if I go in the place? They want that information. That's that safety piece. Google My Business, it's a free business listing. And the library folks are going to talk about that more in a minute. It's a great thing. It's free. You get a prominent listing piece on the Google search results page. You just have to verify your listing and go through a few, your business and go through a few steps, but you can upload videos, photos, all sorts of information about your business. Every business that has a location should have, or not, should have a listing. And looking at your marketing message, you know, we have a before, a during, and maybe hopefully post-pandemic, your marketing message has to change as we go through these phases, because people, again, are looking for certain things, and we need to, and as business owners, really need to address those issues and provide confidence in your product and service to your customers. So next slide. So in terms of events, workshops, resources, we do a Start Your Own Business workshop. The dates are on our website. Believe it or not, we have had a lot of interest in this. It's a free 90-minute webinar. Usually we do a in-person 4-hour workshop that we charge for, but at this time, as I said, 90 minutes, no charge, and we've had a lot of interest in this. On our website, we have a business lending and grants update page. It has detailed information on all the grants, federal and state loans and grants. The America's SBDC e-courses, webinars, no charge, a lot of great courses. The Vermont Agency of Commerce website, as I mentioned before, has a lot of information and a great frequently asked questions webpage. And the Small Business Administration, of course, has a great business planning section. And our local SBA Vermont district does a webinar on Tuesday and Thursdays on the PPP and the EIDL. So there's a lot of information out there, great information on these websites right here. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. So good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Karalyn Mark, and I'm the Collection Development Librarian at the Manchester Community Library. So this morning, I'll be walking us through 3 online library resources which offer tools and support for Vermont small businesses. They are Learning Express, Universal Class, and the Vermont Online Library. Next slide, please. So today we'll get started with Learning Express Library. EBSCO's Learning Express Library is a rich continuing education and career resource offered to our members through the Vermont Department of Libraries. It provides a comprehensive selection of academic and career-related materials all in one online platform. So let's visit the MCL website and check out some of its offerings. So to access Learning Express, you can begin by visiting the library's website at mclvt.org and navigate to the Research and Resources section. On this page, you'll find links and helpful information for each resource that I'll be discussing today. Scroll down to the middle of the page and you'll see the link for Learning Express. As a first-time visitor, you'll be invited to register with your library barcode. But for today's session, we're already logged in and we'll begin from there. This is the homepage for the Learning Express library. There are several video guides that show you how to use this resource. To access these, simply click on the Help drop-down menu and then click on Video Guides. From here, you may watch an extended video to learn how the entire resource works, or you can watch videos for specific sections. To get started from the home page, you may enter keywords in the search bar to locate materials. Alternatively, you may browse content by subject area. Categories here refer to as centers, organize learning into common topics or subject groups. I'll highlight a few categories which are especially useful for small businesses. When on the home page, you can click on a center to view related materials. The Career Prep Center contains a variety of resources to support exploring new career opportunities or advancement within your current field. Numerous guides to assist with career exam preparation may be accessed here, including cosmetology, culinary arts, and others. To access other centers when you're not on the home page, hover over the center's drop-down menu and click a skill, practice test, or other topic. And so here you can see the culinary arts exams that you're able to take. And so going back to the home page, within the Computer Skills Center, you'll find a mix of beginner and advanced technology courses. Oh, it looks like we're not able to see it on this screen, but I'll just briefly describe what's in there. And once you're logged in, you would be able to see the Computer Skills Center. So I'll briefly discuss this. Oh, perfect. Thank you. I'll pause for a moment. And there we go. So in the Computer Skills Center, you'll find a mix of beginner and advanced technology courses. I'll highlight popular software tools and learning computer graphics and illustration. Both are key sections for small business content. Within popular software tools, there are guides on the core Microsoft products, including Office Suite, Outlook, and others that you use all the time. In this section, you may view guides for Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator, two software programs for image editing and content creation. In review, within EBSCO's Learning Express library, there's an array of tutorials, career-related tests, and ebooks. This is a deep and broad tool containing informative and free resources for all. Now, we'll move on and explore Universal Class. Universal Class offers a unique online education experience, providing a diverse array of learning courses for folks interested in the lifelong pursuit of knowledge. Providing library users with a catalog of over 500 self-paced, non-credit continuing education courses, Universal Class is committed to providing the highest quality in online education. With real educators guiding the curriculum, engaging video-based lessons, a collaborative learning environment, and graded lesson tests, participants enjoy an engaging and measurable learning experience that helps them master and document their educational goals. Through the Vermont Department of Libraries, all public libraries may offer open access to Universal Class to their patrons statewide. So any Vermonter may use their library card to create a Universal Class account. As a first-time user, you'll be prompted to register. But for today's session, we're all set registered, and logged in. Here you see the main web page for Universal Class. With a diverse array of course content, there's something for everyone in here. You can scroll down and explore all of the available subject areas on the homepage. There are dozens. Subjects such as business, entrepreneurship, finance, office skills, and web development are particularly relevant to today's webinar. Let's check out the business section as an example. At the top of the page, you'll see a banner displaying a featured course with some popular courses highlighted below. As you scroll down, you'll see all of the available business courses. You can browse available classes by clicking through the search results pages, or alternatively, the green left-hand sidebar lists all the subcategories within a subject area. Here, we see a variety of subcategories, including marketing and small business. In the small business subcategory, you can take advantage of great free classes like Business Branding 101, Internet Marketing Basics, How to Start and Run an Online Business, Marketing for Small Business 101, and more. These self-paced online courses are designed specifically for running, managing, and improving small businesses. They're ideal for busy entrepreneurs and business owners. Let's take a look at the course page for Business Branding 101. Each course description page presents key info at the top, including the number of lessons, exams and assignments, the estimated time to complete a course, and the amount of continuing education units granted upon successful course completion. Numerous courses such as this one include a video offering an overview of course content. For all classes, you can review course descriptions, related courses, course lessons, and course learning outcomes. Each course section includes review assignments and exams to ensure you've learned and mastered the most important concepts. Once you're enrolled in a course, you will watch engaging videos and receive feedback from friendly instructors. Registered members may participate in up to 5 courses at a time. You'll have up to 6 months to complete an individual course, and Universal Class offers continuing education unit certificates to document your achievement. And note that these are non-credit courses provided for your personal enrichment, and they're not intended to be a substitute for any state, government, licensing, or educational requirements. Classes allow one to learn the essential skills to be competitive and innovative in this ever-changing economy, all from the comfort of your home or your workspace. And that's a wrap on Universal Class for now. So let's check out the Gale Research Databases next. Through the Vermont Department of Libraries, MCL offers access to a suite of 50 Gale Online Research Databases in the Vermont Online Library. The VOL offers a wide array of electronic databases for a variety of topics, suitable for both generalists and specialists. Content made available in the Vermont Online Library is produced by known and trusted publishers and available from any location with internet access. To explore a full list of database offerings and descriptions, let's visit MCL's curated Gale Pages collection. This is the homepage for MCL's Gale Pages and the Vermont Online Library. Here, you can browse through a full list of all of the Gale database offerings. And on the left-hand sidebar, you can choose from a list of topics to view a list of related databases. Let's start by clicking on Business. Within the Vermont Online Library, there are 6 robust business databases available to you containing thousands of open resources. I'll introduce each database, offering a summary of its scope and content. In Business Insights Essentials, you can easily find detailed company and industry profiles, including SWOT reports, market share reports, and financial reports. You may also find thousands of company histories and industry essays from Gale's core business collection, as well as deep research coverage with scholarly journals, business news, and more. In Gale One File Business, you'll find articles on accounting, marketing and management, and related fields. such as this article on the relationship between content strategy and social media. In Gale OneFile Economics in Theory, it's the place to find articles on economics, interviews with CEOs, entrepreneurs, and more, such as this article about CBIZ Small Business Employment Index. In Gale OneFile Insurance and Liability, you may find articles on mortgages, labor relations, legal issues, and more. For example, here's an article titled 5 Tips to Help Small Businesses Clients Assess and Manage Cyber Risks. In Gale OneFile Entrepreneurship, it's your one-stop shop for full text insights, tips, and strategies for entrepreneurs, such as this article from The Economist. Gale Business Entrepreneurship compiles real business plans, how-to guides, articles, and more. This database contains the topic of interest, trending small businesses, a comprehensive resource for small business owners. Business plans, recommended resources, videos, articles, and additional small business content are compiled here for ready access. Articles and other digital materials may be emailed, downloaded, or printed for future reference. So if we could open up any one of the articles there, perfect, thank you. So when you find a useful resource that is what you're looking for and you want to access it later on, you may use the Get Link button to obtain a direct URL for that resource. Additionally, you can save to Google Drive, save to Outlook, share via email, print, or download a PDF for future reference. There's an expanse of small business resources to uncover in the Vermont Online Library. You just have to do a little digging. In wrapping up today, I'll review how to access the resources we've been exploring this morning. You can visit mclvt.org and click on the Research and Resources tab. Here, you'll find all of the library e-resources that we've discussed, along with instructions on how to access each one. Learning Express and Universal Class are available to any Vermont resident with a library card. The Vermont Online Library is accessible from anywhere in Vermont with an internet connection via geo-authentication or IP address authentication. If you're accessing the VOL from out of state, you will be prompted to enter your library barcode number. Access to all of these library resources is generously provided by the Vermont Department of Libraries. I encourage you to explore these online resources to support your small businesses, and please reach out to us at the MCL with any questions that arise. Thank you, and now I'll turn it over to MCL librarian Ray Stevens.
Thank you for that, Karalyn. That was great. I'm now going to set up a different screen share, so give me just a moment here, and we're going to go through some of the Grow with Google resources that are available to help small businesses at the moment. So I'm going to be showing everyone some Grow with Google resources today. These 3 resources that Google provides to the entire world, really. Anyone who wants them, including all of you, as part of their sort of community service wing. So the URL for these is grow.google/smallbusinesses. There's no .com. You can see the URL up at the top there. And they provide really a variety of things. And one of the things that I like about it is that there's information in a lot of different formats. So this is something that they provide all the time. It's not unique to the COVID-19 crisis, but they have been adding a lot of content since March to help small businesses keep up with the changes that are affecting everyone nationwide. There are general tips, there are tools. One of the things that Nancy mentioned was the work of updating your Google My Business profile, which is the sort of card about your business and its address and phone number and information and hours that appears sort of off to the side when people Google you. So it's actually possible to get in touch with Google and claim your business as the owner-operator if you haven't done so already. And from there, you'll have a profile that you can keep with them where you can post updates about things like changes to your hours or changes to the way that you are operating based on how COVID-19 is affecting you. So if you scroll down, there's a link to Google My Business right here from the page. You can start an account if you don't have one already, or log in to manage your business. They also have tips for things that aren't directly, web related, like managing a team of employees while everyone is working from home. Understanding how COVID-19 is affecting your customers. A lot of these things do link to Google products and services, but some of the stuff that we're going to feature today really is just, advice that is applicable to anyone and that you could pursue through all sorts of different online platforms. Similar to the resources that are available from the Vermont Department of Labor, there are supplemental resources here that teach general digital skills. And I'm actually going to, in highlighting the COVID-19 side of things and the advice that they have put up for people that is more focused on that, I'm going to delve a little bit deeper into the Google My Business piece to sort of show people what these resources look like in action. They're all focused around being very short and convenient to use. We know that everyone is very busy. So they try to keep things focused to 5 minutes or less, usually. There are text articles if you prefer to read. There are videos if you prefer to watch or have something on in the background. And I'm just going to give us a quick sample with this one, Updates About My Business on Google, which is about 2 minutes long.
How do I post updates about my business on Google? You can share updates about your business by creating posts in your business profile on Google. You can access your business profile or learn how to create a new account by visiting google.com/business. Let's look at how to make a post. When customers find your business on Google, they can see posts that will highlight news, events, and offers. Posts can be used to reflect the personality of your business or emphasize important changes. You could use posts to talk about precautions that your business is taking, which products and services are available right now, and whether or not customers can expect delays. Let's look at a few ideas to help you get started. Start by clicking Posts in the left navigation. At the top of the next screen, you'll see different post types like Offer and What's New. You may also see an option to create a COVID-19 update. Select the type of post that best fits what you want to say. You also have the option to add a photo or a video. If you add a photo, choose a well-focused image with bright, vibrant colors. You can upload JPEG or PNG formats. Videos add even more life to your post. They can be up to 30 seconds long, 100 megabytes in size, and most standard video file formats are acceptable. Next, you'll write the post. This might be something like what I've written here. We're temporarily closed. Check back for more updates. Depending on the kind of business you own, you can write things like, learn how to do a home facial, or our dining area is temporarily closed, but we offer takeout and delivery. Finally, you have the option of adding a call to action button. Your button options are things like order online, book now, sign up, or learn more. If you sell products or services, maybe you could use posts to promote gift certificates. So even if customers can't come into your store now, they could use it later. Or you can use it for updates and announcements like expedited shipping or home delivery now available. Or maybe you could promote online events like Storytime for Kids or an online virtual fitness class. And that's how you post updates about your business on Google.
So some of the real importance of this is that, with everything as up in the air as it is right now, and with so many businesses having changed the way that they are operating, some may be closed entirely at the moment, some may be operating on new or limited hours, some may be, trying a different format in order to continue to provide services, but not in the usual way. Customers know that they cannot reasonably expect everything to be as it would have been a few months ago right now. They know that most places that they are going to want to go or shop or visit or get a service from are going to be doing things a little differently right now. And while Vermont is a small place with a lot of close people in it, and so many of your customers may be people that you've been working with for a long time and they may know you, even if their first instinct is to pick up the phone, or if they are new to you, then certainly this will probably be their first instinct as well. The first thing that they are going to do, the actual first thing, is to Google you, to find your phone number, or to see if there's any information out there about what you're doing. And that card that appears on the side of a Google search is going to be your first best place to make sure that you are being clear with them, so that they understand what is going on with you and how to get in touch with you, and what services are still available. So I would really encourage everyone to take advantage of the Google My Business profile, even if the other lessons for this end up, taking a little while longer to get into. The final thing that I'm going to show you today is an app called Primer, which is also put out by Google as part of the same initiative. This is an app that I am sharing from an iPad, but that you can download on any smartphone as well. And it's in a similar vein of just, 2 to 5 minute skills. One of the places where Primer really shines is in marketing. So if marketing your business online is a sort of a new field for you, or if you're having to do it with a renewed emphasis now, they have some really great tips for that. They also have a variety of lessons on how to build a website, starting from the basics. Whether you have one that you're feeling pretty good about, but you are wondering about how you should be changing it and updating it during this time, whether websites are sort of a new area for you and maybe something that you don't have a lot of expertise in, and you're wondering about, how to find a domain in the first place, keeping your business safe, especially because, with everything or almost everything having moved online in this new world of ours, there are a variety of new cybersecurity worries that people tend to have. Google can give you an update on just sort of the basic security steps that you should be taking to keep your site safe. And I would really encourage everyone also to check out the mobile site lesson. The way that things work today, right? We tend to think of websites as something that you access from a computer. But the reality is that almost everyone has a smartphone these days, and not everyone has a computer at home. So the variety of website traffic overall in the world occurs from phones now. And so it's useful to be thinking about, especially if your site is a few years or more than a few years old, how it looks on a cell phone. I would encourage you to just visit it from yours and see, is it scaling correctly? Is the text still readable? Are the images being pushed off the page, or are they in a funny order? And then maybe come take a look at some of these lessons from Google on how to just improve that experience for your users, because we want, more than anything right now, to make sure that we are able to be clear with them and able to communicate with them in a way that is going to be conducive to them getting in touch and continuing to have relationships with us while things are all topsy-turvy. So Google Primer, you don't have to invest a lot of time in it at a time. It'll offer you options to pick up right where you left off whenever you visit it. You can also save lessons if you want to revisit them, and it will tell you which ones you currently have in progress. And then you can go and explore, you can go by categories. You can search for terms, as I was doing earlier. It's really media and marketing focused, but there are also sections on things like budgeting, if that's something that you're having to do in a more intensive way than usual right now, or if you find yourself sort of planning the budget over and over and over again because things are changing so fast. There might be some useful tips in here for you. So I would encourage everyone to check this out. It's all free. You'll be asked to register with a Gmail address. Those are free as well. And it doesn't necessarily need to be one that is connected to your business or to any of your vital information if you don't want it to be. So that's all that I have for now. We're going to turn it over for questions now. Thank you, everyone. And I'm going to give the screen back to Kristen.
All right, well, it looks like we don't have a lot of questions, but if anybody has any that they want to put into the chat, we can address them. The first question from Cindy is, will we be able to get the slides from this webinar?
We will. I'm going to turn all of the slides from today's webinar into a PDF file, including our contact information here, and I will distribute those through the email addresses that everyone provided when they registered for the event. Although if you would like them sent to a different one, you're welcome to email me and I will direct them there instead. So I'm rstevens@mclvt.org.
Excellent. And then Karalyn, did you want to address the library resources and whether or not a membership is needed to access those?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great question. So for the EBSCO Learning Express and Universal Class, those two resources are accessible to MCL members, but also any Vermont resident with a library card. So if you're not a member of the Manchester Community Library, I certainly encourage you to sign up, but if you're a member of another library in Vermont, you can reach out to the librarian there and get the specific link for that library to access the resource. All you need to register for both of those is a Vermont library card. For the Vermont Online Library, it's a little bit different. You don't need a Vermont library card number if you're accessing the resource within Vermont. When you log on to the Vermont Online Library, it'll ask you to share your location. This is something that I often do to authenticate where I am without a library card number. And following that step, you're right into the resource and you can access all of the Gale databases. The only time that a card number is required for the Vermont Online Library is if you were, say, trying to access a resource from a different Connecticut or New Hampshire. You would be prompted to enter your card number at that point. And if you have any questions about any of the library resources that I discussed, or you have questions about how to access them further, feel free to reach out to me via email. It's right on the screen, kmark@mclvt.org.
All right, and I think that's it for questions.
All right. If I could just say one final thing, I would really encourage anyone who has questions that are more particular to your own business to contact us. Karalyn and I are available to help with anything related to the library or to the technology resources that we've covered here today. And I know that Nancy is available to talk about the particulars of the programs and initiatives that she was speaking about earlier.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us today. Thank you, Karalyn, Nancy, and Ray for sharing this excellent information and free resources, which I know will be of benefit to all of us and especially to me as well. So, all right.
Thank you all for joining us today. We greatly appreciate it, and feel free to reach out to any of us with any questions that you might have. Thank you.
Thanks. Great resources.